Over here, Titan. My armory is open to you. Follow the path from there. It will lead you through the hangar to the plaza. I'll take care of these people. If the Cabal want war, give them war.
What's going on, guys? It's Cameron here, back with another video. Obviously, the Destiny 2 beta is now live and was released last night. And after playing the game for a few hours now and spending a bit of time with each of the subclasses, the new subclasses, spending a bit of time as a Titan, Hunter and Warlock, I thought I would make a video just talking a bit about how each of the different classes feel and my overall impressions, I guess, of the beta. So right off the bat, I would, before playing this beta and from Destiny 1, I would have described myself as someone who was a main Warlock. So approaching this from a Warlock's point of view, and I was planning to make my first character a Warlock, when the game comes out. I honestly, I'm a little bit disappointed with how the class now performs, the new super and all of that. However, before I get deeper into that, I just want to say that the general consensus for this beta is that the grenades, the supers, the abilities, everything, they just recharge super slow. And I'm not sure, no one's really sure if this is like a permanent thing, because obviously it did sometimes feel like there was quite a lot of grenade spam in Destiny 1. Nobody's sure if this is permanent or whether there are, certain pieces of gear, which like exotics that we're going to be able to get that increase recharge rates, whether you can mess about with the recharge rates within your subclass, perk tree, whatever, the way you could in Destiny 1. That remains to be seen, so I'm just judging it off of the performance within this beta. So yeah, Dawnblade. For a PvE super, it felt alright. Sometimes feel like the amount of damage that I output using it was a bit underwhelming, and I'm not really that much of a fan of the class in general. I never really liked Voidwalker either. I never really used it in D1, so as a Warlock, or someone that thought they were going to be maining a Warlock, I'm left a little underwhelmed. Titans, on the other hand, the new super, the shield, it's pretty sick. The ability, the class ability that you can create that like shield wall as well, which you've probably seen me do a few times. It's extremely handy for getting you out of like situations when you lose your shields and you're about to die or whatever. I just feel like the shield was probably the most useful class ability. But saying that, whenever we start playing raids and stuff, all this might change. So yeah, my opinion at the minute anyway is definitely the Titans are the best class to pick in this beta. Definitely the most fun. Hunters, the new super, I've only used it a few times and I can tell already by using it, like, it's just so complex and it's going to take a while for people to get actually good with it. Like, I was just pressing the one button doing the one swing attack, but I've seen people like using it and flipping all over the place and using the staff to jump up in the air and slam down with it, and it just seems like it's going to be quite a high skill super. I haven't included any gameplay of using it in this video, but I'm sure I will get some in some upcoming videos covering the beta. But yeah, like I said, as a Warlock, I'm feeling a little bit disappointed, and to be honest with you, whenever the game comes out, I'm now considering creating either a Titan or a Hunter first at this stage. Another cool feature which I'm pretty glad is in there is the ability to mod weapons and also apply weapon shaders. It also seems like armor shaders, you're going to be able to apply different shaders to each individual piece of armor, as you'll just have seen there, which is pretty cool. That kind of means you could have like a fully black head, a red torso, yellow legs if you really wanted to. It adds more degree of customization to the game rather than just having one shader and applying it to your full armor set. With regard to the new weapon system, I feel like it works well. It's definitely a bit of a change. Obviously now snipers, shotguns, grenade launchers, fusion rifles, rocket launchers there in the bottom slot, and then the first two slots are taken up by hand cannons, auto rifles, sidearms. The new weapon types, I've had a bit of fun with them. The grenade launchers I'm not that big of a fan of, to be honest. They do quite a lot of splash damage, but with regard to the actual damage they do to an individual, it seems pretty low. I'd much rather run about with a shotgun or a sniper personally. Not the biggest fan of the SMGs because of the amount of recoil they produce. Auto rifles, however, they just seem so much different in this game, and I'm I'm quite a big fan of those. Hand cannons are just as powerful as they used to be, and pulse rifles also seem pretty powerful. The 3 exotics included within the beta, obviously you only get 1 per class. This is why I would encourage you to create 3 characters in the beta and try them all out. We have the Risk Runner for the Warlock. It's an SMG. It's kind of like the Zalo Supercell. It's kind of like the Destiny 2 version of that. Wasn't a big fan of that gun in the first place, and as a result I'm not really much of a fan of this exotic. I actually feel it's probably the weakest within the beta. Looks pretty cool though. Then we have Sweet Business, which is the Titan one. You've seen me using it in this gameplay here. It's basically a minigun, but it's an auto rifle. It's equipped with a perk called Business Time, which actually increases the range and the fire rate when you hold down the trigger. And the perk also reloads your magazine automatically when you walk over ammo boxes, so it's a pretty good gun in my opinion. But my favourite exotic within the beta would have to be Sunshot, which is a hand cannon. It's for the hunters, and it seems so powerful. It's kind of reminiscent of the Fatebringer from Destiny 1 in my opinion. Just seems like a very solid gun, and you know, it's just what I look for in a hand cannon personally, and out of the 3 it's probably the most powerful in my opinion. So yeah, I think that about wraps up what I wanted to talk about within this video. Stay tuned for more Destiny 2 videos and updates, as well as more Battlefront updates on the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.